Good morning, folks. Most of my piglets are very healthy. Some of them are already eating after 2 weeks. You can see that. It's cold right now. And most of them have farrowed except one. I didn't expect my red wattle was gonna farrow last night, which she did. It wasn't noticeable earlier that she's gonna farrow like the others because her breast wasn't fully down. So that was very interesting. She has 13, but she lost 2. They're very small. And then there are a couple that are kind of mutt, so we'll see if they survive or not. But this is the first one that farrowed initially. I think she's drinking. These are her piglets. Of them. So we shall see. But I can see, these little ones. These are new ones. See? Their ears hasn't been clipped. Wow. It means the Tamworth cross, the blonde ones, she has a lot of babies, a lot of piglets, and they're mixed already because some of them are new here. See? Yeah, so I'm glad that I clipped their ears. Come on! See all that? Too dusty. See the blonde ones? See, that's new. Those are last week. See the blonde ones right there? They're new. This guys? This is the one that just farrowed right there, sorry. This is the one that just farrowed. And it seems like he has more than quite a few babies. And they're all over the place. I still have one outside, so they're all over here. Oh, this is really, really exciting. Yeah, so these guys are new ones. You see their ears? Some of their ears. Oh, nope, that's not new one. The one that don't have any markings on their ears, those are new. The white ones, like these guys, these are new, so I don't know how many they are. So I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5. So I don't know. Oh, this is quite a bit of piglets. They're all over the place. So let me. He's she's in here. That's the one that didn't get pregnant. She's in here. But let me go and feed them. So folks, I just cut their tag or their air tags to ensure that I know which brothers and sisters they are, and this is the same batch I have. I'm not following any directions or anything like registration. This is just for my markings. And the new mother that farrowed, she has 9. I think she has 10 because I saw one day. And so I don't know if I still have another one because I've been trying to catch them, and it's quite a scene having to see all of them at the same time. But I see it seems like I only have like 2 girls on this batch. So let me come back and see if I have more because they're over there. I'll be right back. Hi folks, welcome back. I temporarily separated them, all the males and females. I have my Berkshire, but it's still small, so I'm not worried. Here they are. Most of them farrowed already, except this lady here. So maybe one more month and then she'll begin to farrow. But I have one red wattle on the other side, which I separated them because he just farrowed last week, and so I don't want to mix them with this guy's, which they're pretty big already. And so initially I have 38 that survived, after birth, but I lost a couple, so I have like 36 total. So you never know, but they're very healthy. Sometimes you don't know why they would get behind, but here they are. And so it's kind of strange because they're holding quite a milk already. Initially they weren't. As you can see, their milk is plentiful, and they're amazing because all the mothers, they're sharing their babies. I should put them together now, and so it really doesn't matter whose mom or whose mom. And so these guys are beginning to start eating. I think the bigger ones are about a month, and then the other ones are 3 weeks. 3 weeks old. And so they had been staying here for almost a week. Here are one of my, I was gonna separate this guys, but some of his batch are on that side with the goats and the boar, which are separated as well. But yeah, I think the only thing that maybe to keep an eye, for new folks, sometimes it's a crapshoot in a way, regardless of how you take care of the pigs, because one of my Tamworth cross mangalitsa, that color, I thought she was done farrowing, right? But one survived, but she didn't survive with complication. I don't know if there's one still that got stuck in there, but her baby is here. It's she's a gelt, so, and she looks pretty good. And so yeah, and then I have my red wattle, which they're averaging around 10 piglets per each red wattle that I have, but one red wattle didn't have or didn't conceive. She didn't take any, so she's on probation. But the other red wattle that I just had, that farrowed just last week, she had 13, but the other day she was, she lay on, no, let me get back. So she has 13 were pretty small, but the next day she was able to lay 4 or 5 of them, and so it's kind of sad in a way. You can't control that. You can't be like, you're not here all night watching them. And so yeah, so she has only 6 pretty healthy piglets. But I really like most of them. They're pretty healthy. Some are mutt, like in the middle there. And so it's one thing that I'm trying to keep an eye on. Those are the last batch. I think those are, yeah, so some of them are eating now, some of them are still 50-50. But one of the things I'm trying is put some feeds on the ground so that the little ones could eat as well, because if you put everything on the bucket, on their feeder, they can't eat, so they're not gonna be trained eating what the parents are eating. And so as you can see, at a month old they are already eating. So weaning them, I think, would be pretty easy. They're still pretty wild. It's just kind of funny because if the parents aren't here, they'll be like somewhere else. But one of the things that I noticed are the red wattle cross. The dark ones with mangalitsa. So it means these guys have 3 crossbred in them. So they have red wattle, mangalitsa, Tamworth, right? And as you can see, this batch, they're pretty big. They're bigger than the others. They're twice as big as the others when they were born, and it will show the results here. So I might keep this batch and see what they can do, but it's pretty expensive feeding them now, especially when I have to keep up their intake in order for the mom or for the sow to produce milk. And yeah, the key thing is for them to produce milk so that the babies will grow pretty quickly, as you can see. So folks, so far so good. This is my next one that I would use to bred them. Maybe one more breeding on using my red wattle, and then I'll use him the following breeding, which is a Berkshire cross. And so that would be mixtures of 4 breed in one of the piglets already, if they would, if they're able to stay. But anyway, it's kind of interesting because it looks easy as long as they have feeds, they have water, they're pretty tame to take care of. As you can see, when I first started, December, end of December, and now they have piglets. And so sometimes, as I mentioned earlier, regardless of how good your pigs are, if you get some of the bad, I guess, I don't want to say bad pigs, but if you're unlucky and you have pigs or sow that wasn't able to have any babies like the one I have with the Tamworth. All her babies didn't survive, and my other Tamworth crossed too. And then yeah, so it's not good in a way because you fed all of them for a year and didn't produce anything for you, just like her. So I'm glad that she survived, right? Even though her baby didn't survive. But I would have wished that she would have kept her milk because she would have been able to help, at least one baby, because she would have been able to help the herd feeding the piglets. And even the other one, it would have been nice if she survived, but she didn't. And so, yeah, it's not easy to control now. If a mom have multiple birth at separate date, because then some are small, some are bigger. Then once they get mixed, the older ones are usually dominates when it comes to feeding time. So that's one thing to keep an eye on. But I'm so amazed with my boar because, as you can see, it's 1 week apart, and most of them farrowed on the same day or the next day. So the only one that came first was the red wattle. She was the only one, and the rest, yeah, they farrowed all at the same time, and the next day. So yeah, it's pretty fun to watch this little guys. As you can see, some are skinny, so it's just the way they are, I guess. But some are pretty fast to grow. As you can see that. See that? Oh, so my Tamworth mangalitsa cross like hers. She had 9, and they're pretty healthy. As you can see there, that's her piglets. Some of them are over here. They're kind of blonde in a way. And I separated some of my pigs, my boar there. And so I want to make sure that they're not going to breed soon, because then that would put them in the winter. That would put them on the winter time, and it might not be good for them farrowing in the middle of the winter, especially when they don't have any structures to farrow in. But most of these guys farrows under the trees or under the Douglas fir. As you can see on the video, I don't know if I showed that. It's been a while since I posted. But my red wattle barrows, I haven't heard anything from the butcher shop, so they're getting pretty big. From neck to the tailbone. It's like almost 4 feet, and then the girth is 3.5. It's approximations. That's all. But folks, let me go on the other side, and I'll end the video with this guy. So as you can see, most of them survive, and I don't know what happened to a couple of piglets, because they're missing. You know, my count initially was 38 or 37, and so, but I'm only counting 36. So this mom, she only have what, 6, 5? As you can see, they're, you know, whoever's the mom that feeds them would, you know, would welcome them with no issues. They're pretty fun to watch. As you can see, this guy, you know, this mangalitsa cross. I really like the color, and they're easy to grow for some reason compared to the red wattle, which you can see. It's a good cross. So I might have to keep the and the sad part, even though I want to keep some of the male, they're brothers and sisters, so I can't breed them. See that? So I'm counting on him. So because he's out of another genetics. So any of the babies, any of the piglets here, he can breed them. So hopefully he'll be able to breed them with no issues. So let me end the video here, and we'll look at the other red wattle that farrowed that had 13 piglets, but only 6 survived. And so it's kind of sad in a way, because you don't really think that 5 would die in one night, because the other ones did a pretty good job. But she was one of those saw that I guess wasn't too keen to feeding her babies initially, and so maybe I'm too anxious to for her to feed them. But yeah, so I have to put her on a separate cage for her to get used to it, because initially she was claiming one of the baby here, and that's how I was able to get her babies to get her to feed all the babies, because she thinks she had only one babies. But anyway, folks, I keep saying I'll end this video here, so which I will, and we'll go from there. So I'll be right back. One thing I've noticed is, before they suckle, is they massage the breast. They massage the breast and then they suckle, as you can see there. Okay, folks, this is where my first red wattle farrowed, but this last red wattle mom, she farrowed over here too. with the other mother sleeping here, and she was over there farrowing. And it's kind of funny because she was shooting them or coming out, you know, the piglets are coming out like bullets, two in a pair. So it's like when one comes out and the other one comes out quickly. But it was kind of sad in a way. Like I said, you know, while she was feeding them over here, she laid on them, like 5 of them. So yeah, they were dead when I saw them the next morning. They were kind of flopping away. But I think she learned from that because after that she was able to just lay, you know, next to them, not on top of them. And so that was very interesting to see. So it's a bit of a learning lesson too for these guys, for the mom. But I put 5 pounds of pellets there and just mixed it with water, and it seems like she drinks a lot and get thirsty just by herself. And you know, the chickens are quite happy because they have plenty of food, and now, you know, they're not hungry, they're just looking, and sometimes they just pick on it. But one of the things that, see that big ones to the left, the ones that's moving right there on the far side, yeah. He is, or she is, the saver of all these piglets, because I've noticed that she's only caring for her initially, you know, when this one was still open. But after that, then I was able to give the mom a call to put her in here and then feed her, and then she called her, and then yeah, and then I just mixed them, and she was able to feed all of them. So now she's very protected to all of them. So that was a good sight to see. I thought I was gonna lose them or feed them manually, which is gonna be pretty difficult to do. But see how the breasts develop over time. Initially they don't have it, but as you can see on the other one, they just start popping up like full of milk. So it's kind of strange in a way because the red wattle has, like, you know, their breast is, you know, like full of it all the way, just like, you know, like a bar. But as they feed them over time, then it becomes like, you know, jagged mountain, you know, just like a real breast. But yeah, so these guys are full, and sometimes they are still, you know, freezing. But yeah, so that guy is a hero who saved all of them in a way. So that was the strange things to see. But folks, it's getting late. I thought I could give you an update. So one more pigs that needs to farrow, and then that would be it for this year. And then I'll just wait for them until maybe February, March to get them breed again, or mix the boar with them, and then they'll be farrowing maybe after summer if they get bred at the same time. So the only thing that I would need to do is to you know, cut the boar. So I don't have any scalpel yet. I don't want to use a big knife because that's pretty big. So I'll try to see once I, you know, get that from Amazon or eBay, and hopefully I can start cutting them next week. I think they should be pretty strong by then. But one thing that maybe I haven't shared lately is that, you know, initially I got the piglets teeth after 1 week, my first piglets. But after that, the second day, that's the best time to cut their teeth, and they're marking the ears because they're pretty easy to handle. And I didn't have any issues, especially when the mom are very friendly. So folks, that's the update. And one more pigs, and that would be it. That would be it for them this year for farrowing. But until then, I'll catch you later.